I can tell you, what a fun time to know that there are parties that have purposes. And I guess that's what we really do here on Community Focus. We talk about the purpose of so much of what goes on. But Donna, you are spectacular at this. Why don't you give us kind of a rundown as to what parties with a purpose is, and what are these chicks with checks?
These chicks with checks, I mean, look at us. We're here and we're doing good and we're having fun to help to uplift our community one party at a time. What we do is we take one of our local nonprofits who needs some additional funds and some more awareness to help boost them into the community. And we do it in a really fun way by having really great parties. And let me tell you, Marcia, these parties are getting so cool. We have an entire business community that is, stepping up and saying, "Oh, I want to play too. I want to play too." And there's a whole bunch of fun ways that we can play with this because these parties are so collaborative. And that's the key word. Chicks with checks, parties with a purpose, the business community, local nonprofits, collaboration.
But one of the things I have to say we need to really reiterate is that when you say chicks with checks, we're not talking about huge checks. We're talking about party checks. $35, is that it?
$35 is all it takes, yeah.
And you get to a party, and you don't even have to throw it.
Exactly.
It's being thrown for you.
And the beneficiary doesn't even have to throw it.
Yeah, that's
because
so
the
cool.
business community steps right up and they say, "Okay, this is a wonderful way for me to market my business and expose myself to new customers." And everything that they bring in from these parties, from the memberships, $25 of that $35 goes directly to the beneficiary. And our beneficiary this month is Indian River State College Foundation.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, what that college is doing for our community. Every day, I went over to one of the meetings over there when Jay McNamara was speaking, and it's just so wonderful to see all of these people. Aballo, she was sitting next to me. Michelle Aballo?
Michelle Abaldo.
Abaldo,
Oh,
thank
okay.
you, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
And and she does so much PR for Indian River State College, but I think we're so fortunate in this community. But we learn so much at these parties with a purpose. But now, what am I looking at here? Because if I'm not mistaken, this is all going to be at the office of Dr. Gerald Perrone?
Yep, he is one of our wonderful collaborators, and we've got so many exciting things going on with Dr. Perrone and with John Treadwell. They have stepped right up and they said, "Yes, I want to help you support Indian River State College Foundation. And yes, this is what we will do. We will have the party at my office. We will welcome your chicks in. We will serve them wine and refreshments from one of our local restaurants. And we're also going to provide your chicks with our amazing services."
Wait a minute. I want to tell you, everybody, I'm looking at one of those amazing services right now. A facial filler.
Yes, Dr. Perrone is an expert in facial fillers, medical aesthetics, etc. And he has formed quite a reputation around this. Also, all of these services are at special party prices for services done there at the party and for appointments made to see him at the party. Plus, these special prices, what he is also doing is giving back 10% of those proceeds on these services, plus the products, the NeoCutis and the Clinical Advantage products that are sold during the party. Plus, here's a biggie, a grand raffle prize for $1,000 of Artifill, which is a permanent filler. You can help enhance your cheeks or fill in these what is this, labial nasal folds.
You asking me?
Yes, I was actually asking Mark. It's a permanent solution, and he's giving away this treatment valued at $1,000, and
So
all of the
everybody will have a
proceeds
chance.
will go back to Indian River State College.
Boy, oh boy, and all these opportunities that Donna is talking about, they're going to be taking place at this party with a purpose, and that date is on Tuesday evening, April the 13th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the office of Dr. Gerald Perrone.
Yes.
And that, of course, is on 7th Terrace Street, and can't miss that. Just follow the crowd. But it's a fabulous evening of fun and food, and have all these opportunities as well. But parties with a purpose, how do we, and we all want to go. And we have 1 minute to tell all of our listeners how we can get there.
Okay, it's really easy to get there. Email me at Donna at chickswithchecks.org, and I will send you out an invitation, and you can register for the event right there online via that invitation.
All right, now if someone has not registered and they think, oh goodness, this is that night, I want to be there, can they just go?
Absolutely. Do stop by. Again, the party attendance is $35, and $25 of that goes to the beneficiary, Indian River State College Foundation.
Terrific. Donna Vernon, absolutely the greatest chick in the world, and she is with Parties with a Purpose. Thanks so very much for being with us right here on Community Focus. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Marcia.